Today we're going to look at how Google Workspace can support your non-verbal communication with your team. As I developed in my career, I was coached on the importance of communicating with body language and facial expressions. While this learning was relevant in the traditional office setting, I wonder at what point do we learn to communicate non-verbally in the modern workplace? Before we'd even dreamt of lockdowns or social distancing and hybrid working, I found myself increasingly working with remote team members. From my office in Dublin, I might work with a stakeholder in another part of the city. I managed team members in Cork, Waterford and Limerick, and worked closely with a marketing team that were completely based in London. All the while spending huge chunks of time preparing the right tone of voice for calls or emails to make up for the lack of face-to-face expression. As a Gen Xer, I was hugely reluctant to recognise chat and emoji as a professional tool. My mindset completely shifted when I moved to a company that recognised that these tools can be employed professionally, and more than that, their workforce want a fast, creative and reactive way to communicate. A 2022 study by Adobe discovered that 78% of Gen X and millennial employees are using emoji at work. Of these, 79% agreed that emoji helped them to communicate ideas at speed, 62% felt that emoji speeded up any team decision making, and 47% agreeing that this reduced the need for meetings and calls. That's massive. And this is not just associated with recent generations. Across the generational board, there is an agreement that emoji helps to speed up communication. When it comes to decision making, there is a strong preference in younger employees to use emoji, but still around 50% of over 40s open to using emoji to make more efficient decisions. Perhaps bear in mind your audience when it comes to reducing meetings in favour of chat and emoji, as there is a lower preference among the over 55s. But overall, when working in a mixture of hybrid, remote and on-the-road teams, emoji goes a long way towards creating community among colleagues that are not meeting in person, again with a higher preference in the Gen Z and millennial groups. So, how can you build digital non-verbal communication into your team? Start to engage emoji to give instant non-verbal feedback, such as emoji commentary in Google Docs when editing or commenting. When editing a document in Google Docs, highlight a phrase or word and the editing options will appear. Select the emoji icon and use the search bar to locate the correct emoji. Perhaps combine emoji to draw the author's eye with a comment to give further context. Once the edit is complete, the author can review emoji and verbal commentary from the comment history and resolve or delete comments as usual. Meanwhile, any collaborators with view-only access will not be able to see any emoji commentary added to the document. Encourage in-meeting feedback without breaking conversation flow. Let's see how this works in Meet with the new in-meeting reactions recently released. While presenting to my team, participants can respond with emoji as I speak. These will appear over any presented display in addition to appearing in the participants tile. To give live feedback, select the emoji icon in the center of the toolbar and then select from the available emojis to see them appear. As you select a new emoji, this will overwrite the last. A skin tone menu is also available for further customization. Be creative with your use of emoji, perhaps to celebrate wins. Are you still sending a team email to celebrate individual wins? While this is lovely to receive and to take part in, the shine quickly dulls as the team's inboxes are bombarded with repeated reply all emails throughout the day. And time is wasted trying to craft an original reply, which, let's be honest, after the first 15 replies, Tom is not going to bother reading. Streamline this process in your chat channel, allowing everyone the chance to celebrate wins communally without having to archive emails for the rest of the day. Make quick decisions or feedback on work. Virginia wants to celebrate a team victory and she wants to add an element of autonomy, allowing the team to choose between a night out or a day off. Rather than hold a meeting, create a form, or chase off on loads of individual email replies, Virginia can give the team a fun way to come together to choose for themselves. Build a functional non-verbal language for your team, department, and beyond to quickly react to or follow up on communications. Here in Damson, we have lots of reactive shorthands like thumbs up for message received, a plus for me too, the heavy tick to agree, or 100 points to agree emphatically. We use the thinking face to display interest and the exploding head to display shock, disbelief, or at times frustration. Reviewing our comms for this video, I found there's also a whole lot of laughing faces that display differing levels of how funny someone's post might be. I've also worked other places that engage with well understood follow-up emojis, allowing for quick, clear team action. Using eyes for I'm looking into it, so that multiple team members don't all go off on the same task. The eyes is usually followed up with a tick button when a task is complete. I've seen development teams use the bug to confirm that something is a recognised bug or glitch and that the dev team is aware. This might also be combined with the stopwatch to denote that a fix is pending, but it may take time. The stopwatch can also be used solo or can be combined with the eye emoji if a task is taking longer than expected. A great free message emoji can be the circles, with a red circle denoting that the upcoming message is an urgent question, or a blue circle indicating that the upcoming question is neutral or not on a time limit. I'd love to hear your team emoji shorthands. Lastly, build on your team's creativity and boost morale with custom emojis, perhaps involving team phrases or characteristics of your team. I've created a custom image. I select the emoji reply button and to the right of the search bar, select Create. Click to upload your image, which must be at least 64 by 64 pixels and under 256 kilobytes. JPEG, PNG and GIFs are accepted. Now, I have a terrible habit of saying bye a minimum of 20 times before hanging up a call. So I'm making an emoji of me saying bye. Once uploaded, I need to give it a name using all lowercase letters and no spaces. Note, a hyphen can be used in place of a space. Once saved, I can close the emoji menu and reopen. The new emoji will appear in the recently used section. I can tag the emoji to a colleague's post or use it in a post of my own. We had great fun making Damson emojis over Christmas, and I like making Irish phrases into emojis to give a more local flavour to our communications. I cannot wait to hear what your teams come up with. So, to sum up, chat and emoji are becoming an essential part of a robust communication plan in companies with remote workers, hybrid workers, or that are simply geographically distant, even if that distance is just another floor in the same office. We can use emojis to give feedback in Google Docs when working collaboratively. We can employ emoji more in Meet with new in-meeting reactions. We can combine chat and emoji to better communicate feedback, celebrate wins, or make team decisions. We can create a reactive and active emoji language for our teams to speed up collaborative activities. And lastly, we can deepen our communities and be more ourselves by using custom emojis. We'll see you next week with another tech tip. But in the meantime, I'd love to hear how you are engaging with chat, spaces, and emoji to deepen your non-verbal communication in your team.